What's up, Thrashers, and welcome back to Thrash Reviews, where yours truly, Thrash Maniac 99, continues to review upcoming hard rock and heavy metal albums in the calendar year of 2016. And today I'm reviewing another record. I just did the review for the Gorguts EP earlier, now I'm back for another album, and it is the third album from Fallujah, and it's called Dreamless. Fallujah is a band that started in 2007 out of the Bay Area scene. So, a lot of ties with old bands like Metallica and so forth that are from the Bay Area. So, they formed out of the Bay Area in 2007. Started out as a little bit more of like technical deathcore, but over time they've evolved into more tech death, prog metal, and some people even call them the pioneers of atmospheric death metal, which is basically, say like if you listen to atmospheric black metal bands such as Burzum. You think of that, but it's a death metal band, and it's better produced, so it's basically, you know, that whole ambient, electronic style of death metal, atmospheric death metal. So this is their third album, Dreamless. Let's take it, and I've heard so much buzz about this album, but let's see what I think. So the first track on the album is called Face of Death, which was one of the shortest songs of the album at 3.5 minutes, and right off the gate, you get that very dense, dynamic atmosphere within the music because it's just so haunting. And it really just kind of puts you into this mood of just like whether or not you feel uncomfortable because it's so haunting and scary sounding, or should you think of it from an artistic standpoint and just think, wow, they're really creating some interesting soundscapes. And that opening track, combining it towards the end with the death metal side of things, with that tech prog death metal style, it really made for quite an interesting album opener. But let's continue. The next track I want to talk about is The Void Alone. And this was one of the first tracks on the album that features female vocals, which I thought made the music made the song feel a little more haunting and epic. When done properly, when you're adding in guest female vocals into a song, if done the right way, it can really make for some interesting moments within a song or within an album. And this song just makes chills go down your spine, if I could put it in that kind of saying or metaphor or what have you. And it just continues that momentum going throughout the entire record. But let's move on to the next track I want to talk about is the title track, Dreamless, which was the longest song of the album at almost 6.5 minutes. More of those female vocals, more of those electronic sounds, more atmosphere, more brutality within the death metal side of things, and just, whoa. That's all that needs to be said, is just this song just absolutely packs a punch in all aspects, whether it's for the brutality of the death metal or the haunting scariness of those atmospheric soundscapes with the electronic sounds and the female vocals on top of everything. It was just a diverse tune. Now the last track I want to talk about is Les Silence, or Les Silences, or whatever. Probably the most atmospheric song of the album because it's mostly an instrumental with some spoken word whisper kind of vocals, and also the most electronic song of the album. There's so many electronic elements going on. It's like as if Fallujah was listening to the recent Steven Wilson album, A Hand Cannot Erase, where it incorporates all those electronic elements within their prog music style. It's like they took that and wanted to put it into their own sound in order to create more dense atmosphere than anything Fallujah has done. So I applaud Fallujah for incorporating some different soundscapes and some different elements to stuff that you wouldn't expect within a prog death metal band or tech death band, or in this case, atmospheric death metal. But overall, top to bottom, this album was just massive. Nearly an hour long of music that had a lot of, like I said, those epic, haunting, scary soundscapes, but very atmospheric, dense textures, and also the brutality from what they're capable of with their death metal style. overall, this is a phenomenal album. 94 out of 100. Definitely check this album out if you haven't already. We will definitely be talking about this album in the Album of the Year list later in the year. So, with that said, thank you guys for watching. Maybe do another review later for Lacuna Coil, maybe Destruction, maybe Avatar. I don't know yet. But thank you for watching. Peace.